The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, there lived a handsome young prince. The time had come and the prince decided to find himself a princess and get married. Most importantly, she must be a real princess, he told the king and the queen. And he set out on a journey to find a real princess. He traveled for many years, and wherever he came across a castle, he stopped to check if a real princess lived there. The prince met many beautiful and intelligent girls on his journey, but he wasn't entirely sure that they were real princesses. After all, a real princess must be a truly extraordinary, and there are not so many of them in the world. In the end, the sad and lonely prince returned home. One stormy night, a thunderstorm broke out over the castle where the prince lived with the king and queen. The thunder was deafening and the lightning was flashing. The rain poured down on the old stone walls. In the flashes of lightning, a little figure appeared, walking in the rain towards the castle walls. She approached the gates and knocked. As all the servants were frightened of the thunder and lightning and hid, the king himself went out to see who was knocking at the gate on such a dark night. The king was very surprised when he saw a beautiful young girl, soaked from the head to toe and shivering from the cold. "Come in, quickly, my dear!" exclaimed the king, and he escorted the lovely stranger into a warm room where the queen and the prince awaited them. Upon seeing a beautiful girl, the prince immediately fell in love with her. Happiness overwhelmed him when she bowed and said, "Your Majesty, I'm a real princess." Okay, thought the queen. We will still check if you're a real princess, and very soon. While the charming guest changed into dry clothes, the queen personally went to check if a comfortable bed was prepared for her. At the bottom of the bed, on the first pillow, the queen placed a little green pea, and then commanded her maids, "Bring many more pillows quickly." Soon the bed was prepared. There were so many pillows that the one could only climb into it with the help of a ladder. "I think you'll be very comfortable tonight, my dear," said the queen, escorting the guest to her bedroom. Next morning the queen went to see how the princess had spent the night. The girl had not slept. She was sitting on the bed. "Did you sleep well, my dear?" the queen asked. "I could not sleep at all," the girl replied. "There was something very hard in the bed. My whole body is bruised. I didn't even close my eyes." The queen was very pleased to hear this. Only a real princess could be so delicate. No one else could feel a pea through so many pillows, she exclaimed. The prince was overjoyed to hear the news from the queen. "Finally, I have found you," he said to the princess. "Promise me that you will be my bride." The princess blushed and, overcome with happiness, whispered, "I promise." Soon the prince and princess got married and lived happily ever after. As for the pea, it was placed on the velvet cushion, and people came from far and wide to see it. "You see," they said to each other, "our princess is an extraordinary creature." The Rabbit Reader read for you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you for watching.